All right, so my topic for today, it's actually entitled Life is a Beautiful Adventure. Okay, so why did teacher MJ choose this topic? Life is a beautiful adventure because in this pandemic time, we all know that we are all in anxiety, right? We are all scared. We are all worried, right? Do you agree with me? Are you guys worried at some point? Yeah? You do? Yes, because nobody here is feeling totally okay. Everybody is scared of what's going on. So that's why I decided to come up with a very good presentation that you will forget. In a span of 15 minutes, you'll forget any bad things that is going on in your mind, and you will focus on the beautiful side of life, and which is actually travel, adventures. Okay? So for this afternoon, you will witness the beauty of my country, and that is definitely no other than Philippines. And I'm actually wearing a pin here, Philippines, because I am really proud of my country. So here's Life is a Beautiful Adventure, and definitely that will be presented by yours truly, MJ. Okay, so let's have the objective first. Okay, so the objective of this webinar is we are going to be mesmerized with the beautiful adventures that will be presented later. And of course, you can plan now about your hashtag travel goals. Okay, you can start planning it. And also, you will develop a sense of nature appreciation and will be encouraged to preserve the beauty of the environment in your own small ways. Okay? And lastly, you will have a sense of realization that life is indeed a beautiful adventure. Okay? Thus, in this pandemic, you should have always positive outlook in life. Okay? And we will move on to the next slide. All right? Let us unlock first what is adventure. So, as what you can see in the slide, if you are going to pertain this to a noun, adventure is an unusual and exciting, typically hazardous experience or activity. Just like what Kita showed earlier in his report, bungee jumping, that's definitely hazardous, right? Kayaking, that is definitely a very good experience activity, right? So these are adventures. And when you say verb, meaning you're going to use adventure in an action word, it's engaged in hazardous and exciting activity, especially the exploration of unknown territory, like place that you have never been with. Okay? So let's proceed to the next slide. So here's the question. Why it's more fun in the Philippines? So that's the question. But it actually answers the question. The picture, the background itself answer the question. Because Philippines is definitely a country that will show you a lot more, a lot of beauty, fantasy, and all the things that you will be imagining just in a dream. It's definitely a reality here in our country. So let me show you. This slide represents things that you should be excited about Philippines. First, the culture. Says what you can see here, the fiesta is actually a part of bundle of Filipino culture. Each city and town has their own trademarks in celebration of usually the feast day of their patron saint. Since we are Catholic, so we have this kind of celebration, street dancing, right? Everywhere. These are actually different places in the Philippines. And of course, the Filipino people. For those who've been in the Philippines, I know you will agree with me that Filipinos are really innate friendly, bubbly, right? I know you guys have friends, Filipino friends, when you went there. So we are indeed hospitable. When we have visitors, we really made sure that you guys will feel comfortable. We are resilient. When you say resilient, we can bounce back. Even if there's like problem, typhoon, storms, we can easily go back in our feet because we know that everything else shall pass and this pandemic too shall pass, right? And close family ties, as you can see there. Even if you are already married, There are families here in Filipino families who live together with their grandmother. They cannot let go of their family. So it's a one big happy family everywhere in the Philippines. And of course, sorry, the most exciting one, Pinoy's food. So the Filipino foods, the exotic foods, and of course, the specialty of every Filipinos. I will not discuss anymore each because you might be hungry already. So I'll just show you the picture. Those are actually Filipino foods that you will definitely enjoy here in our country. So let's have now a trivia, okay? Did you know that Philippines is made up of 7,107 islands? Wow, right? There's plenty. And it's abundant in nature, warm people, natural wonders, and filled with exciting adventures and discoveries. Philippines is now considered as one of the top destinations in the world, where the most visited island is no other than Boracay Island. It's a very well known island here in the Philippines because this is actually the top one spot in the Philippines that most foreigners or tourists actually visit in the Philippines. All right, so let me show you what Boracay is. Okay, this is actually me and my fiance there. That's my soon-to-be husband. We're gonna be married this December. So this is our second anniversary. We went to Boracay and had our parasailing. So it's a 15 minutes of fear and fancy, a recreational kiting activity where a person is towed. So you can see there, there's a rope, and this is actually tied, especially canopy wing resembles a parachute known as parasail wing. So that's it. Isn't it exciting, right? And you can imagine now that you will be with your special someone up there, right? So next is we also have helmet diving, right? Helmet diving is like it's like a sort of scuba diving, but the difference there is you're gonna wear helmets, right? So this is very timely with coronavirus. There's helmet, right? I'm just kidding. But this is actually an oxygenated helmet. There is an air. That's why you can see here bubbles everywhere because that's actually the air that we can breathe even if we are down in the water. So it's a popular water activity in Boracay. It entails getting on a boat, putting on helmet, connected to an oxygen tank, and going down in the water. So, and we're going to have like bread so you can feed the fishes, right? So again, this is helmet diving in Boracay. All right. Next, this one, if you just want to relax, take it easy, take a picture with your loved one, Boracay is definitely a perfect place to go, especially at 6 p.m. That's actually where the sunset, the beautiful sunset in Boracay. So we took this and just a trivia, we actually don't have someone taking the picture. It's only us. We just had a timer and pose there. So that's how fantastic it is. People will not stare at you. They don't care, right? So whatever you do there, feel free to do so. So there. So isn't it very beautiful, right? So that's sunset in Boracay. Now let's move on to the second top tourist spot is Palawan. All right. So in Palawan, we have this number one spot in Palawan, which is the underground river in Puerto Princesa. It's 8.2-kilometer river, said to be the longest navigable underground river in the world. In the world, take note, in the world, meaning to say this is actually part of the seven wonders in the world, Palawan, and that is Puerto Princesa. So if you can see here, this one, I'm actually moving my mouse. I hope you can see it. You have to go through it, and it's a cave where there's lots of bats everywhere, so you are not allowed to talk to your seatmate or shout or do anything using your mouth. You're not allowed to make any noise because there is actually a audio that will be given to you that's actually part of your package wherein there is a girl there in the recorded audio who will guide you, and you will just listen to the audio. Like for example, she's gonna say, "Welcome to Puerto Princesa." So in your right, you can see a very great image of the three kings. In your left, there is also a beautiful scenery of something like that. So there's like a recording where you will be enjoyed really seeing all the fancy rock formation inside the cave. So it's very dark. So you have this helmet as what you can see there. There's actually light bulb that will be connected there. So you can see all the things inside. There. Now let's have the next one. Still in Palawan, but this time this is actually in El Nido, Palawan. That's 6 hours or 4 hours away from Puerto Princesa. So this is a big lagoon. This is me, right? This is my fiance, and we did kayaking, and it was really, really fantastic because, of course, there is one piece of paradise that you should never miss, and that is El Nido and its surroundings. So, El Nido contains crystal clear waters, amazing sceneries, and untamed beaches. You can explore the nearby islands by kayak. I know Kita would love this because I saw him doing kayak earlier. So, this is a perfect place to do kayaking. So, you are doing exercise at the same time you will be mesmerized by the paradise beauty of El Nido, Palawan. Okay, so that is in El Nido, Palawan. Now let's move on to the next one. This is still Palawan, but this is another city of Palawan. That is, sorry, province rather, another province in Palawan, and that is Coron, Palawan. This is actually an expense paid by my company before because I top in a call center industry. So we were given a price, and this is the price: 3 days and 2 nights stay. Wow, right? It was really amazing experience. And look at this. This is a Japanese ship way back World War II. So you guys are aware, right, that we were colonized by Japanese before. So this is actually the shipwreck of the Japanese people before, and that was way back World War II. So it was preserved down in the water. So imagine that. It's a long, long time ago, but you can still see it. And how beautiful Palawan is. Look at that, right? It's crystal clear water, and the rock formation is really, really perfect. So let's have the next one. All right, let's go to the mountains. So earlier we enjoyed the scenery of beaches. Now let's have mountains. And this is actually a little mountain, a mini mountain, because these are hills. So as what you can see, you cannot actually count it, but they actually counted it. And it's actually at least 1,260 hills. But they realized that there's actually as many as 1,776 hills spread over the area for more than 50 square kilometers. And this cute, tiny monkey here, this is actually big in the picture, but in reality, it's like this. Just a very short, tiny monkey, and it's actually 3.5 to 6 inches. Imagine that. Very tiny. So when you go there, you can take pictures, but you have to turn off the flash because their eyes are too sensitive of light. So you're not allowed to take pictures with a flash. So you have to remove it, but it's really beautiful. You will be mesmerized by this cute little monkey here. Okay, so that is Bohol. And this one, my hometown. Guys, I am actually from Cebu. So I'm a pure Cebuana. And you mentioned about Cebu Normal University. That is actually my school way back college. So what a small world, right? I actually came there, and that is my university as I took education as my course. So this is Oslo, and this is South Cebu, and yeah, I think some of you were there. I heard that you guys are here. So this is the Welsh Sharks in Oslo. So there, you can swim with the sharks and everything, and you will have a short seminar on how or what to do and what not to do during the travel or during the adventure. Okay. So, but next one is this one. Very fantastic. Canyoneering in Kawasan Falls. So, it's the most extreme adventure that anyone could experience in Cebu, Philippines. So, the jungle is an amazing setting for an exciting journey, and around each corner was another magical scenery. So, so you can see there, look at that. It's really a beautiful falls, and you guys will jump over there and you will really enjoy teamwork and everything was there. Amazing experience. Okay, that's canyoneering in Kawasan Falls. And next one is we have the SUP that stands for stand-up paddle boarding. So compared to most sports, it can be learned over the course of a day. If taught correctly, paddle boarding is not easy but excellent full body workout and gets you outside enjoying Mother Nature. So look at that. It's a very fantastic activity. I think some of you were in this kind of sport in Cebu. I hope you enjoyed your experience because me, I'm still about to do that. I haven't done that yet, but it's really a very beautiful activity. And yeah, that is me. Way back then, I was very dark because I volunteered as one of the diver. I am actually a licensed scuba diver, and what we do is to protect the coral reefs. So coral reefs are actually the houses of fishes. So we have to get all this. These are actually crown of thorns starfish, and we have to bury them here in the land because these will never help the beach and to preserve the coral reefs, which will kill the corals, and the fishes can no longer live there. So eventually they will all die. So we have to get this. And it's a non-profit organization, and I joined there. Yeah, this is my team. There you go. So next is you. Yes, you guys. You have to take action as early as now. We have to protect Mother Earth. How? Well, first you have to look for organization where you can actually volunteer for cleanups in your community, conserve water, and you have to observe the 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? First is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So I am actually pertaining to your trashes. You have to reduce using plastics, right? Instead of plastics, you can use the brown bag, and then you have to reuse those that could still be used, so you don't need to buy another one. And the third is you have to recycle. So for you to recycle, you have to make sure that your trashes or your garbage are actually segregated for the non-biodegradable and the biodegradable one. Okay? And of course, plant a tree. It's very important. And I think the last part here, you guys are doing it very well in Japan. That's bike more and drive less. Right? So these are the things that is in my presentation. And lastly, life is a beautiful adventure. So I want to leave you my own quotation. That's actually, we all have the power to create a life with a beautiful adventure. Push yourself to the limit. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.